As directed by this old Brahmin, Nagmahashaya would now and then do japam and meditate in the stillness of the night in the cremation ground. One day, while he was meditating, he saw the vision of a white effulgence. Thenceforth, he regularly went there and practiced japam and meditation. In course of time, Dindayal came to know of it, and it created some anxiety in his mind. He at once wrote to his son-in-law to select a bride for Nagmahashaya. He thought that his son was quite young and that it was because there was nothing in his life to bind him down to the worldly life. For that, he roamed with the mendicants and the sannyasins, and that when he was married, all those foolish ideas would disappear. The son-in-law lost no time in selecting a bride, Srimati Sarat Kumari, the first daughter of Ramdayal Punya of Deobhog, and informed Dindayal about it. Dindayal brought this proposal of marriage before his son, but Nagmahashaya refused to marry again. Dindayal tried his utmost but could not persuade his son to marry. Since then, there were often exchanges of hot words between the father and the son. The father fasted in anger. The son also went without food. Thus they passed some time miserably. Once Dindayal said, "For you, I have been made a liar at this old age because I have given my word for your marriage to the bride's party." Nagmahashaya replied, "Once you got me married, but that girl died. Again, you are going to place somebody's daughter in the jaws of death." Dindayal replied, "Ah, fate is determined by the divine dispenser. If you disobey me, your father, you will not succeed in any sphere of life. I will curse you so that you shall not progress even in your religious life." He was indeed between two fires. On the one hand, there would be the curse of his father, on the other, the realization of truth would be barred to him. He thought within himself, "I know family life is the root of all misery and bondage, but my father directs me that way. Alas, O God, what will I do?" Being much mortified, Nagmahashaya once said to his father, "We see that all the sorrows and sufferings of men result from marriage. Therefore, please have mercy on me, father, and give up your resolution. I beseech you, kindly do not put me into bondage again. So long as you are alive, I shall serve you heart and soul. I shall serve you 100 times more devotedly than your would-be daughter-in-law. Please save me." The sorrowful looks of his son and his importunities deeply impressed the old man. He thought that if his son, for whose happiness he was proposing the marriage, be not happy by his decision of such alliance, it would be futile indeed, and so he consented to drop the proposal. But it at once struck him that if Durga Charan did not marry, his lineage would be at an end. The Shraddha ceremony of his forefathers would be stopped. At this, Dindayal was overwhelmed with grief, but there was no remedy for it. Reasonings, reproaches, and rebukes were of no avail. The old man was much afflicted and wept secretly. Nagmahashaya was not at home at that time. On his return, he entered the room and found his father weeping. It touched him to the quick. Nagmahashaya argued within himself, "There is no one to call my own in this world except my father. And alas, I have become the cause of so much sorrow to him. Away from religion, from this day forward, I shall obey my father at all cost. If my father gets consolation by getting me married, I must do that." Arriving at this conclusion, the son lost no time to report to his father that he would marry. The old man could not catch his words at once and remained dumbfounded. He only stared at his son with tears still in his eyes. Nagmahashaya repeated, "Please fix the date for the marriage and drop a letter to inform our people in the village." Coming to himself, Dindayal replied with great joy, "My boy, you have saved my honor and thus my dharma also. Do what you like after you have married. I shall not say anything. I wholeheartedly bless you, my dear boy. May God fulfill your desire." Next, Deendayal hastened to Mrs. Pal's palace to tell them this good news. They were very glad to hear that and promised to bear a portion of the marriage expenses.